today I'm going to talk to you about deglazing. And what we've done is we have a large skillet here that we've browned chicken thighs in. So our chicken thighs are ready. And so many times people will take the bottom of this pan that contains most of the flavor and all of the spice, and they'll take it straight to the sink and they wash it all out and you lose all of that flavor. Not today. We are going to keep every bit of that flavor. We're going to deglaze our pan using about 1/2 cup of orange juice, and it's going to pop all of that flavor and all of those seasonings that are on the pan right off. And then we're going to take a flour and chicken broth mixture and we're going to pour it in, and that's going to allow our sauce to thicken, and we're going to pour it right on top of our chicken thighs. It is going to taste unbelievable. So let me give my sauce a quick turn. This is 2 tablespoons of flour and about 1/4 cup of chicken broth. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups more of chicken broth directly to this, and I'm going to mix it off of the stove out of the pan. If you mix this in a hot pan, you risk your flour lumping and clumping on you, and you don't want to have lumpy sauce. That's just not good. So we're going to add the rest of the sauce, rest of the chicken broth, give it a quick mix, and that's going to be ready for us. I'm going to take this and we're going to pour it right into our skillet. You hear how it's starting to cook and starting to sizzle. I'm going to take my whisk and I'm just going to spin it around the bottom of our pan. I don't want to lose any of that flavor, any of those seasonings, and you can see how the sauce is actually starting to change color, which means we're getting the flavors and the juices right off of the bottom there. And as it comes to a boil, even more of that's going to come right up into our sauce. So I'm going to start to turn my burner up a bit and get it really sizzling. I'm going to slowly add my chicken broth and my flour. I'm going to give it a quick spin just before I pour it in. I'm just going to add it slowly. And you can already tell it is going to be a beautiful sauce. The orange juice is going to give it a great flavor. The chicken broth is going to make it rich. A lot of people will just use water and flour, and the chicken broth will just make it rich and flavorful. And I'm going to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to continue to stir as the temperature rises, just so that it will continue to pull any of that that's stuck on the bottom of the pan up and keep the flavors all mingled together. But we have a scrumptious sauce. My husband is a huge fan of gravy and sauces, and so anytime I can do this, he is one happy man. And I can tell as I run my whisk around the bottom of the pan, you can just feel that you've pulled everything off. You start to feel just a clean surface at the bottom. You don't feel any ridges or spikes as you spin the whisk around. And you know you've done a good job at that point. And we are just going to sit and continue to stir because you don't want any lumps, any bumps. You can feel the temperature coming on up. And it's going to start to boil. And one thing is I'm going to add a tad bit of salt. You don't want to add a whole lot because the chicken broth already is a little salty anyway. I'm going to add a tad bit of pepper as well. I'm not going to go too heavy on my pepper, but that's going to taste really nice on there. Now you can see that it's starting to boil, and look how quickly it is thickening. I'm going to turn our burner off because we have prepared a great sauce. It smells wonderful, it's beautiful, and it's going to be a great addition to our chicken. And grab the chicken thighs that we've already made. I'm going to use a ladle, and I'm just going to spoon a small amount onto the chicken. It's going to give it lots of flavor, lots of juice, and it's going to taste unbelievable when you put it in your mouth. That's another quick and easy tip from ProHealth Ultra.